So when I see a sales cycle that is requiring 2 calls to close, they're not self-booking on their own, there's almost always an issue with clarity. And I think that's what's happening with your ads right now. Like, if you own a medical clinic, can I be blunt with you, is what the primary text is here at the very top. We call it the primary text hook. But then you're saying these patients have a 79% increase in their whatever neuropathy thing there. And I
Yeah.
understand what you're trying to do. You're essentially saying, like, here are the results that your clients will get if they use our stuff. Is that about right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's good, but it's you're making these people in a cold ad think way too much. I'd almost put money as far as why this is causing you to not have a higher booking rate and a higher consumption rate on the contents. Like, all of this stuff is about making money, and then you're talking in here like this one. I'm shocked that this is a profitable ad for you, and I'm not trying to.
That's actually our most profitable.
Yeah, that is wild. But the reason I said that I would love to listen to sales calls is if I had to put money on it, I would bet in the setting process, and you can correct me if I'm wrong.
Yep.
The setter is doing a lot of work, pretty much saying how they're gonna transition them from insurance to cash clients and like how that process works. Is that pretty fair?
I would say between the setter and the closer on that first call.
Yeah, I think you're coming in with a different frame. So that's like I bet you, like, so here's what I would do in your scenario right here. So first of all, I think the actual ad copy itself is fine. I don't really have any issues with that. I would love to see if you could take this, put this into Gemini or ChatGPT and ask it to put it at like a 5th grade reading level. I do feel like there's a lot of text here, and there's a lot of like this free walkthrough with this bracket here. These numbers are kind of tight together. So I do feel like it's a little it's a little dense, I guess is the word I'm looking to say here. And I would be trying to make it literally stupid simple. Like, even if I show you, and I'm not even the best copywriter in the entire world, but even if I show you ours, like, do you see how every single sentence is a couple of words and is a separate
Yeah.
paragraph?
I know what you're saying that. Yeah.
Yeah, you see how much cleaner that is to read than what yours was? They can scan it and see it in a second. So it says if you're a 100K a month founder and your sales calls are taking 2 to 3 calls to close, you're paying a trust tax. So I'm essentially saying the exact same thing that they're seeing inside of here. Then if they actually click on this, I don't have it. It didn't show up because it doesn't. It's not in the. This isn't actually clicking on the ad, but I have a custom code that it will say at the top of this headline here, if your calls are taking 2 to 3 calls to close, you're paying a trust tax. So based on this ad ID, when they click on it, it's changing the headline to match that 100%. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So, but this is the same, and everything else on the sales page is the exact same. But all the stuff that people see in the very beginning, the first line of text, the first hook of the ad, the headline, and the headline of the sales page are all literally the exact same. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. And then, of course, this is saying almost the same thing as the first couple seconds of the video sales letter. So that congruency allows people to not have to consume the entire thing. Like, you're not trying to say 1,000 different things 1,000 different ways. You're trying to say the same thing 1,000 times. That congruency, even if they don't consume all the text, all the video sales letter, all of the video creative, they're getting the idea of what this is before they actually get on the sales call. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's probably one of the first things I'd look at if I was you guys. I would be trying to figure out, how do we simplify this text here? How do we make the actual ad creatives match almost word for word what the actual text says itself, including the headlines, et cetera, et cetera. And then how do we also make all of this, like, this still also feels, I know that this is like pretty model-esque about what Cole's doing, but the difference, I think, a little bit of what Cole's doing too is like, he's going after coaches and consultants and agencies who understand like a funnel, like with like in a second they can get it.
Yeah.
For doctors and stuff like this could be a little overwhelming. And by the way, I can be wrong about this stuff for sure. It's all worth a test to do. But if I was a betting man, I would say that if you simplified this up a lot, I bet you could get a huge, huge increase in the throughput of people on the funnel itself, self-booking essentially. If you want my help installing any of these systems in your business done for you, be sure to book a call with my team down below.